Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm your host, Chad. This is a channel where I mostly talk about Bills football, the NFL in general, walk through my parlays that I put in, mostly for Monday, Sunday, and Thursday night football games, and do occasional Sunday games as well. Then do an occasional tasting and rating of a tasty brew. Um, let's get going into this video. Obviously, you can tell it's about the Week 17 Sunday game predictions and same game parlays. I have 4 parlays to go through with you, and actually 5 same game parlays to go through with you. Some going with player props, other with just one with just the big prediction one, and they're definitely all exciting. But yeah, let's get into that. First off, I'm going to be starting off with some NFL news. I figured that's a nice little intro to this. Um, surprisingly, not surprisingly because of the cap hit, but Raiders benched Derek Carr. Jared Stidham is going to be starting. I mean, that's going to be very interesting. I don't see that going very well for the Raiders, but I do see Josh Jacobs having a big day if you want to bet on that. He should at least get the carries in a sense, unless they just go down way too fast. Um, then you got Mike White. He's back in the fold. He's playing for the Jets again. Uh, definitely, even if he's like 70% health, he's gonna be better than Wilson. So they're gonna have a better chance at beating the Seahawks on Sunday. So I'm actually hoping they do, just to help them kick the Miami out of the playoffs. Personally. Then you got Broncos. They fired their head coach. Uh, I don't know. Nate Hackett just had a bad run with having Russell Wilson come in not playing that well, and kind of all the blame hitting him because Russell Wilson has all this cap hit that they can't take him out. So definitely horrible for him, but I don't know. Maybe land another OC job somewhere else. Then you got J.J. Watt. He's actually retiring after this season, so he's got his last 2 games coming up. If he should be playing on week 18 as well, so definitely look at him to have a big game or at least try to. Um, definitely players out there should be playing for him, but unfortunately, Colt McCoy is going to be out that game, and it's going to be that rookie again starting. So it is the Falcons, so they could definitely win, but definitely a chance for them to lose that game. So that's going to be big in my picks. Then I got Hurts. He's actually doubtful for this game. I think he's out for this game actually against the Saints. I think it's not stated yet, but he should be out for this game. I don't think it'll play a big difference in that game. Um, Saints aren't playing that well. Their defense might step up a little bit, but to be honest, I don't think the Eagles are going to lose. I still think they're going to cover actually. But I definitely wouldn't touch that spread too much because that was a little. It's 5.5 without Hurts there. They can get it, but who knows? It's give you a flip flop. Then Bridgewater. He's actually gonna be starting against the Pats. That's gonna be very interesting. Bridgewater didn't look that great the last time he played for the Dolphins, that short period. So I would temper expectations on that. I think the Dolphins could definitely lose this game without Tua in there. But yeah, let's get into these parlays I got. I'm going to start off with the big one, the big boy, the 12 leg Sunday game uh, pick parlay. Just doing a quick part, like basically predictions, doing over unders and covering the spread or not. It was pretty drastic, but I put it on the bottom just in case you want to read it first. I got Panthers +4 versus the Bucks. I just see that. I guess I would take money line on Panthers to be honest, but just being a little safer here because it could go either way. I think if the Bucks win, it's only going to be by 3, so I'd still be good at my parlay. Then you got Bears at Lions. Um, I have that being under 52.5 points. I'm not sure why that's so high. I get both sides have been scoring offensively, and their defenses aren't that great, but I don't see it being that high of a game. I could see it being like a 24-27, but that I think that would put it right at 52 or 51. So yeah, I could beat it. I don't see it getting any higher than that. Then you got Jags -3 over the Texans. Jags been running hot. Jags should get into the playoffs or could. They should be beating out the Titans, so I see them getting that. Then I got Colts at Giants. I got the under 39.5 points. I don't think that's going to be very high scoring at all. It's going to be like a 17-10 type of game. It's not going to be much. Then you got Finns at Pats. I also chose the under on that. Not very shocking with all these picks, but it's under 41 points. I think it's going to be very defensive battle, especially with Tua not being out there. And both defenses have been playing pretty decent. Then you got the Browns money line over the Commanders. I didn't need to choose a spread here. I kind of took that out the picture because they have the Browns getting points. Well, yeah, the Browns are getting points in this. So I just chose money line just to get a little bit more bang for my buck. I think they're going to be able to take it easily. Not easily, but at least by 3 points. Then you got the Falcons money line over the Cardinals. That was a little tougher of a pick, but I think without the Cardinals, like even Colt McCoy being in there, I just see the Falcons getting a win. And that'll make it a lot more interesting week 18 for the NFC South, so make it a lot more fun. Then you got the 49ers -9.5 over the Raiders. I just see the Raiders starting like a rookie, not rookie, but Jared Stidham. And then you got 49ers running hot. You can't beat that. I just think they're going to cover. Even though it's a pretty big spread, I think they're going to win by probably 13. Then you got Jets -2 over the Seahawks. That's going to be a very tight game. But I see with Mike White coming back into the fold, I see them winning that game probably by about at least 3 points. But I would go more towards the 4 to 7 range, to be honest. Then I got Vikings money line over the Packers. The Vikings are actually getting points. They're getting +4, but I took money line on this just because I think Vikings are going to win it right out. If anything, it's going to be like a 3-point game. So I'd get it. I would have got it either way if I did the spread, but I wanted to get a little bit extra boost on my parlay. So I chose the Vikings. I just think I just see them edging this game out at the end. It's going to probably either go into overtime or I don't know. Justin Jefferson's still going to go off. And you got Thielen over there, and it's just going to be hard for that defense to kind of keep him without going off in a sense. Then I got Chargers money line over the Rams. That's going to be pretty easy pickings in that. I could have took the spread. I just didn't feel like it. I always want to be a little safer on a couple of these bets. I think Chargers are just going to probably beat the crap out of the Rams without their defensive players out there. Yeah, not much more to talk about that on that one. Then I got Steelers at Ravens, under 35 points. That is a very low under. I just don't see that being a high-scoring game with the players playing, personally. So I'll definitely take that under any day. Next up, we got some Sunday player prop parlays. We're going to be going through a couple of these. Nothing too crazy, but I've been actually doing a different thing. I've been doing through DraftKings, doing same game parlays, and actually putting multiple same game parlays in one big same game parlay. So it's like I'll pick two, make a same game parlay and put two options per game, and I'll do 3 games per 6 picks. So you got two leg same game parlays all in one big 6 leg parlay, and it boosts the odds like dramatically. So I'll actually be breaking that down in a video probably this coming up week, kind of showing how to do that and like the difference between if I just picked like all those on one in a sense. But yeah, let's get going into it. I got a 6 leg Sunday same game parlay through DraftKings. Um, Not too crazy. It's Alvin Kamara, anytime touchdown. Devontae Smith, 8+ receptions. He's been getting around that anyways. So I see that hitting again. I think the Trevor. I cannot think of his name right off the top of my head. No, it's Mitsu. Gardner Minshew kind of. I think he likes that target, and he actually has been getting a little bit more targets with him in there. So I see him getting around 8 to 9 targets. That's why I chose 8+. Then I got Leonard Fournette, 60+ rushing yards. This was an alternate pick. I had to see him at least getting 60, probably towards 70, 80, but I went 60 to be on the late end. Then I got DJ Moore over 59.5 receiving yards. I think that seems very obvious. DJ Moore has been, when he's out there, he's been killing it. And you're going up against this Tampa that's been letting people run all over them. So I think 59.5's on the lower end for DJ Moore. Then next game, you got Travis Etienne over 79.5 rushing yards. He's been running all day over people, and I think he could probably eclipse the 100 mark, but that's went safer and kept it within that 80 range. Then I got Evan Ingram over 74.5 receiving yards. He has been destroying people. He had that 100-something yard game a couple games ago. And I just see him going off. Total odds on this are 50,000. And then it's going to turn my $1 into $504. Oh, and the odds on that big 12-leg parlay were 175,000, and your turns $1 into like $1,752. I mean, obviously, me hitting that would be crazy. I don't think people have done it, but if I could hit a 12-leg parlay like that, hands down, I mean, I would always question, hey, I should have put $2 or $3, so I do, but the likelihood of me getting it, it's just for the fun factor, because if you do get it, big video of saying, hey, I got this. So, but yeah, let's jump into that other parlay I got going as well. It's Raheem Mostert, 70+ rushing yards, alt. I think he's going to be able to get his rushing yards against this Miami defense, and it may not win them the game right away, but he's going to get those yards at least. They are going to need that if they're going to want to win. They got to get that set up so they can start getting something so they can stack the box a little bit more and get those receivers pumping down the field. Then I got Jacoby Myers, 55+ receiving yards, alt. He's been getting pretty good yardage, and I think he's going to be able to do something against this defense as well. Just give me 1 second. Then I got Nick Chubb, 95+ rush yards, alt. I think he's going to go off on the ground. Really no questions there. Commanders, they do have a good defense, but I don't know. I just see Chubb at least getting yards. He's going to get around 100 yards. He's been getting that every single game, no matter what defense he faces. So, not much really to say. I think he's just going to get towards 100+. Then I got Amari Cooper, 80+ receiving yards, alt. It's looking like I'm just hating on this Commanders defense, but I do love that defense that they have there. I just think this game's going to get a little out of hand with Taylor Heineke Well, he's not even playing anymore. They're playing. I think they're going back to Carson. So Carson's going to make some mistakes, and this team's going to get good field position, and they're going to be able to just do well with their running and passing. So it's going to bode well for the Browns. Um, then I got Christian McCaffrey. He's going to be going over 100 plus rushing yards. This is an alt as well. I love doing these alts because, and I always go on the plus side. I don't go on the negative side too much because I like boosting instead of dragging my bets down. But um, he's going to be getting those 100 plus yards. This is a team, like you said, they're going to be going up against. I think they're placed in the Raiders. I said earlier. Yeah, they're going over the Raiders. So with that backup quarterback, that defense is going to be eating over there. And to be honest, McCaffrey, like that defense has been allowing like the fifth most yards per like I think they no I think they've allowed 400 plus points per running backs this year. So I mean, in fantasy, they're gonna get destroyed by McCaffrey. So I'm not really worried about that one. And then I got George Kittle over 49.5 receiving yards. This was on the lower end. I just didn't want to get too crazy with it. Just to keep him on the more realistic side. Obviously, he's been going off over there. You could probably pick 80 plus and you can get it. But 50 yards should be pretty easy to hit for Kittle at the moment. Total odds on that are 62,900. Turns by $1 into $630. That's very good odds. And like I said, it's boosting it by having all these multiple same game parlays in it. So realistically, you can just look at 3 games that you're pretty knowledgeable on the players and say, hey, I know this player's going to get this player should get this. That's all you have to pick from one game and then go right to the next one. It just makes it boosts odds dramatically. I would definitely give that a shot. I'll put that up on the bottom now so you can see it again. Um, then I got another one. I didn't write this one down, but I'm going to tell you guys it. I got Kenneth Walker over 79.5 rushing yards. That's going to be big. I just see him going off in a sense against this Jets defense. I think they'd be worried about Metcalf. And I mean, they do have a good front seven, but I just see him slowly eating away and getting 4 or 5 yards of carry to get up to that 80-yard mark. Because they're going to try to keep that run game going so they can have that play action for the players that they have going for them. Then I got Zonathan Knight. He did not do great the last couple games, but I see him emerge in this game. The Seahawks have allowed a lot of rushing yards, and he's going to eat. I got 84.5, over 84.5 rushing yards. Then Adam Thielen, I think they're going to try to either blanket or throw Jair Alexander onto Justin Jefferson. So I'd see Thielen actually going off a little bit. I see him getting at least 70 yards. So it's over 69.5 receiving yards. Then I got Aaron Jones going 60 plus rushing yards. This is an alt spread. I think Jones is just going to hit it. There's no doubt in that. Because that defense has not been that great at stopping things from happening to him. So it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Then I got Cam Akers, 37 plus receiving yards alt. He's been getting around that each game, not going over. But I see this as a game where Baker's going to have to do a lot of dump offs against his Chargers. And I think that's where Akers is going to make his money. So I'm banking on that at this point. Then last but not least, the Austin Eckler anytime touchdown. He always gets in the end zone. And if he does, he usually gets in there twice. So then you got overall odds, 611,000. Then that turns my $1 into $612. All these are really high based. This last one's gonna be a little bit lower. It's for the Sunday night football game. It's gonna be very interesting. This Ravens Steelers. It's weird they kind of flexed it in there. I get it's important for the playoff picture because if Ravens win and the Bengals lose, it's going to make it a tight match in that last Week 18 game against the Ravens and the Bengals. But Steelers haven't been playing that great. They've been playing better as of late, but still in the hunt, they say. But there's a lot of stuff that has to go down for them to get in. So it's just very interesting to see that game in that slot. A 4 o'clock game would have been great. There could have been a couple other ones that could have snuck into that Sunday night spot, but to each their own. It's just a little quick little 5-leg. All these things are through DraftKings today. I got J.K. Dobbins anytime touchdown, and to top on that, I got J.K. Dobbins 70+ rushing yards alt. I just see getting those yards on the ground because that's the only way they're going to win this game. Passing is not going to be their friend. You still got Lamar out. I think Huntley might be in there now, but he hasn't been that great of a passer. He's been passing, but not that amazing. So it's going to be a ground beater. And then I got Najee Harris, 75+ rushing yards alt. Like I said, it's going to be a big ground game today on that game. Not very exciting. Probably just getting 5-6 yards a pop, maybe busting out like a 25-yarder here and there. But probably 1-2 in that game from both sides total. So like I said, it's gonna be very defensive. It's not gonna be very high scoring. Then I got George Pickens over 64.5 receiving yards. That's not obvious, but he's gonna be their receiver that they're gonna be targeting. And if that defense allows it, he's gonna go off for over 100 if they don't like bracket him or do something to him at a certain point in that game. Then the last one I got in here is a scoreless quarter. I said yes to that. I think with this defensive battle, it's probably gonna be like the second or the third quarter that goes scoreless. Even the first, it could be 0-0 after the first. Who knows? But I don't see that many points being scored, so a scoreless quarter is definitely possible. Total odds is 17,000. Turns my $1 into $171. And as you can see, that difference between having one same game parlay with a game and with 5 picks to my 6 legs that have like 3 different games in them, it's like a difference of like tripling it. Yes, another pick would boost it odds a little bit down there, but not that drastic. But yeah, that's gonna be it for at least for that section of it. I'll grab that stuff around the bottom real quick, but I got some upcoming videos coming up. I'm gonna be doing a Monday Night Football update and same game parlays. It's an update since I already did the Bills versus Bengals preview, so not really previewing anymore. I'll be going over some I'll be going over some like injury reports and things like that, and then just going over some same game parlays. It'll be a pretty short video. Then I got Bills versus Bengals post game recap, Bills versus Pats preview and predictions. When they're like this and they're stacked, a lot of Bills related content all in a row. Obviously, it's a Bills generated channel, but I like to cover a lot. I like to cover the whole general NFL pretty well. So then I got how to boost DraftKings parlays, like I explained earlier, with having multiple same game parlays in one giant same game parlay. I'll go through it. I'll probably do it on the web, and I'll walk it through like live like that, so you can see like what it would look like and the difference in between it. Then Thursday Night Football preview and same game parlays. As always, I always drop those Thursday and Monday Night Football ones. But yeah, last but not least, I'm gonna be dropping my sponsors real quick. Check out my wife's Instagram business account. It's crochet with Elisha. That's crochet WITHELISHA. She does a lot of stuff on there. She posts pictures of everything she generally makes. She does hats, mittens, gloves, cardigans, anything you can think of, for like toddlers, infants, all the way up to full grown, like any size adults. Most likely, at a certain point, she's probably just gonna need some measurements for anybody, like for measurements for the arm, measurements for the waist, chest, things like that, so she can know how many stitches she's gonna be needing per row at certain sections. So definitely shoot her a message, a DM if you want anything, and she'll respond to you pretty quickly. Then I got my buddy. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. He was actually on for that Bengals versus Bills preview since he's a Bengals fan. That's Mr. Nasty Time. His stuff's right below. So it's MR_NASTY He does a lot of streaming content. He does a lot of gaming. Uh, he usually does an NFL power rankings as well. Like if you're into Warzone 2.0, he plays that. He also does some Madden franchises. He does a lot of different genre of games. It's always entertaining to watch him play it. He plays it very well and thoroughly, and he likes a lot of those longer, like open world games. So definitely check him out. And like I said, he does UFC, NFL, and NFL content as well. So definitely worth the watch. That content is very knowledgeable and it's entertaining. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Big Go Bills, and I'm out.